Good morning everyone. Welcome to the point. In this video, we'll discuss about the various factors of production. So now you must be thinking, what are the factors of production? So we'll put it this way. To produce anything in the economy, we need certain basic things like machinery, labor, raw materials. For an example, to make a cloth, you would need first cotton, a machine to convert cotton into cloth, and labor to work on the machinery, and a person who could set up the factory where the labor could work in. So all of this forms the part of factors of production. We'll read out the definition, which says inputs. As I explained, inputs used in the production of goods and services is termed as factors of production. They are basically the building blocks of an economy. Why are they called the building blocks? Because no production is possible without these factors of production. So they are basically the building blocks of an economy, which is crucial to produce anything in order to earn a return over it. So as we can see, there are basically four factors of production. The first one is land, the other one is labor, the third one is capital, and the most important one is the entrepreneur. Now we'll discuss them one by one. So the first factor of production is land. Land forms the basic factor of production. Now here by land we do not mean that the surface of the earth. It means anything which is given to us by the nature. For an example, it could be the water resources, it could be the vegetation, minerals and resources, or say gas hydrates. So anything which is given to us by the nature free of cost is termed as land, and anything which is given to us by nature is usually scarce and limited. So this forms the basic factor of production, as by using this resource we tend to produce other goods and services. Coming on to the next factor of production, which is the labor. Labor forms the human element of factors of production. Now by here labor, we do not mean anything related to the laborers working in the field like this. It could range anything from say farmers working in the field, or labor working at a factory site, or a developer working in a IT firm. It includes both sorts of labor, that is the physical labor as well as the mental labor. We will go through the definition now. So labor is the human element of production. It is the effort. Now effort could be, as I told you, it could be the physical effort or could be the mental effort. So it is an effort invested by an individual to produce a product or a service. Labor, as I explained here, just does not mean a blue collar worker. For an example, say a farmer working in a farm or a person at a factory site. It could be anything ranging from a waiter to a IT professional. Now moving on to the next factor of production is capital. Now what forms the capital? Whenever we talk about the term capital, we mean anything employed to increase the productivity, like physical tools, plants, machinery. So what does this plant and machinery does is it fastens up your production process. Now this capital can be further divided into fixed capital and the working capital. So by the term fixed capital we means it is machinery, equipments, factories and buildings, something which remains fixed throughout the production cycle. And the working capital is what? It is a stock of finished and semi-finished goods or the components. In the simpler or the layman language, we term it as work in progress or the raw materials, which will later be converted into finished goods. So anything which forms the work in progress, raw material, or the semi-finished goods comes under the head of working capital. Now comes the most important question. Is money and capital the same thing? The answer is no. Money is what? it is basically an expression of value, medium of exchange. So basically, money is not capable of producing anything on its own. It enables you to buy certain things which will further help you to produce the products, but itself it cannot produce anything on its own. So hereby we can conclude money does not equal to capital. Now moving on to the most important and the last factor of production, which is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship forms the most important and the most crucial factor of production out of the all, because it is the only factor of production that employ all the three other factors of production, put them to use and create something of economic value. While doing this, he undertakes the risk of running the business, and in return, what does he get? He gets the profit for the risk undertaken by him. Now we'll understand all the four factors of production by a short example. Suppose you want to set up a factory that produces sugar. Now first what you will do is you will take a land and you will sow sugarcane into it, right? Now this, both the things forms a part of your land. You will employ people who could work for you. They form the part of labor. Now what comes next is the capital. Anything that you employ to convert the raw sugar cane into sugar forms the part of your capital, and whatever services that you are providing and the risk you are undertaking will be termed as entrepreneurship. I hope by now you would be clear with the concept of what the factors of production are and how these factors of production work. That is all for the today's video. Thank you so much.